Woo! Give myself a hug, baby. Give myself a hug. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what is up, y'all? What is good? It's MaliSoul in the building. You know, this video is really dedicated to Vaughn. You know what I'm saying? This video is really dedicated to you know, speaking directly to Vaughn. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully I can speak to y'all as well. You know what I mean? I had all these thoughts in my mind last night. You know, a lot of y'all been asking how I felt about Vaughn. Last night my DMs. A lot of y'all been asking me like my thoughts on this shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny, I didn't get to see the video till like last night, like around like 10 o'clock last night. And I'm so happy, so happy, because like it really made me think about a lot of different things. Ultimately, you know what I'm saying? So I'm happy, man. I'm happy. It really made me think about certain things. Some things I agreed with, some things I didn't agree with ultimately. But I kind of just want to dedicate this Vaughn as if I'm speaking to Vaughn. You know what I'm saying? I almost had a visualization like me and Vaughn were chilling in the car. You know what I'm saying? Me and my boy were having a conversation. You know what I'm saying? And I want to just dedicate my view, because like before Vaughn or Foster or even Young Fair and all these guys, I was already kind of on a spiritual path. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I was already on a spiritual path. You know what I'm saying? See, the thing is, when we're born, we're already spiritual. We are already spiritual from the day we are born. See, we're spiritual beings having a human experience. So, like, you just gotta know yourself, ultimately. But I'm gonna tap into that little statement again, but I want to dedicate this to Vaughn. You know what I'm saying? And these are kind of things that came to my mind, and I wrote this all down because like it was a lot. It was a lot. But here's my feelings. You know what I'm saying? What if I told you that feeling love was the same thing as feeling nothing at all? What if I told you that feeling love was the same thing as feeling nothing at all? Vaughn speaks about cutting the ego, but if you're telling people to stop playing the game and that he's not playing anymore, he's still playing by telling us he's not playing. He's still playing the game by having to go online and tell people that I ain't playing the game no more. He's trying to cut his ego. You know what I mean? The thing is, like, we're still stuck in the 3D. You know what I mean? He's still stuck in the 3D. Because at the end of the day, really and truly, we know nothing. You know what I mean? I know nothing. I say this all the time. I know nothing. I don't know everything. I don't know all the answers. You know what I mean? We're still stuck in this 3D realm. We're still stuck in this 3D body. You know what I mean? Unless, Vaughn, you know what I'm saying? Unless you can come and show me that after death, that this happens, and that we go to this dimension, 5, 7, I think into dimension 5, 7, and 22, you know what I'm saying? And that what's it like to be a giant, and like what's it like to become an angel at some point, you know what I'm saying? Or what's it like to be an animal. It's hard to say that you know everything. It's hard to say that we know everything, because we are all each other, right? See, unless a person can come to me and say, I know this, you know what I'm saying? It's very hard to believe. I don't know these. We can all talk about the past life. We can talk about all like the spiritual path, you know, our past selves, you know what I mean, past dreams. I believe in all of that type of shit, you get me? You know what I mean? But as in anything in life, there's levels. You know what I mean? There's levels to this shit. There's levels to the spiritual shit. And then I mean, let's say the Anunnaki and all these different beings are just us. But it's just levels to us. Let's say now I become an angel and it's just us, right? I don't know what it's like to be an angel. You know what I mean? I don't know what my mindset or my mentality or my understanding was as an angel. So maybe as an angel, there's more things to do, there's more understandings you have to unlock as you get to that level. You know what I mean? Really and truly. You know what I mean? Let's say we now get to this God consciousness, we connect to the God conscious, you know what I'm saying? And realize that it's just us. As we're all each other, you know what I'm saying? We're all reflections of each other, right? Is it hard to say that we don't know how we would feel really and truly until we get there? See, like, we don't really know ultimately. Even if we do kind of God consciousness, maybe, I don't know, maybe we want to come back and keep living if you get to hit that God consciousness, you know what I'm saying? Maybe we want to stop. I don't know. It's really about like the collective of the mind of all of us, of all our minds together. How do we all feel collectively? You know what I mean? We say we're bored, but I think God wanted to experience life fully in different ways, in different realities. And that's when I look around me, everything is God. You know what I mean? This tree is God. This myself is God. I am God. You are God. You know what I mean? Everything I'm holding is a portion of God. There's a video y'all should watch by Alan Watts. He talks about two types of Buddhists. There's a Buddhist where like um, he becomes enlightened. I can't remember the names, but one becomes enlightened. You know what I mean? And he goes away, becomes enlightened, and never comes back. Never comes back. And there's the type of Buddha who becomes enlightened and comes back to the world, integrating back into life, but still playing in the game, playing the matrix of the world, but teaching people how to be spiritual, or spreading that secret of being spiritual while playing the game. Maybe Vaughn is on that level of becoming spiritual, you know what I mean, and wants to walk away and go his own path. That's his spiritual path. He gotten that far and that deep into that path, you know what I'm saying? Whereas maybe I'm the kind of person who wants to speak about it, teach about it, learn about it, you know what I mean? Express about it, share about it, you know what I mean? Build a community together and learn with each other, you know what I mean? See, you have, when you get to that highest level, you might have two choices, either to help or not to help others. That choice is yours. Both maybe not be wrong when there's duality everywhere. Love at the highest level is the same as feeling anything or nothing at all. It's just pure bliss. It's pure love, it's pure presence. It just is. See, there's levels to this shit, man. I'm talking about love and hate. But what if, like he said, when we're here, you know what I'm saying, we go here, it's the same thing, right? Love and hate is just the same thing. Or sorry, or feeling love and not feeling at all. Same thing. Reach a level of bliss. So when you tap out, you just tapping into the source. Or just tapping into the energy. You're tapping into yourself. You're tapping into the love of yourself. You know what I mean? When you're so happy and you're so loved, you get to a point. I experienced this myself. You know, when they say spiritual Tony said it best. You know what I'm saying? What did he say? He said, "Self love is the sweetest love I've ever known." You know what I'm saying? Sweetest love I've ever known. When you get to that level of love, when I used to get meditating myself and get into my own energy, you know what I'm saying? It just felt bliss. I didn't feel anything. Everything that I was feeling, I didn't feel anymore. It was pure happiness. It was pure joy. It was pure love. I wasn't feeling anything at all. It was like such a high level of love. It just felt pure. When you disconnect, it feels pure. When you love, it feels pure. Both are the same thing. It's duality, man. Life is all about duality, man. Truthfully. You know what I mean? We're both just doing the same things. There's a reason for everything. There's duality everywhere. Alright? Maybe y'all know the analogy, but like, I like to use the analogy that the universe is the canvas and we are the painting. You know what I'm saying? The canvas created the painting and the drawings, but we are also the canvas. We are like the apples to the trees. We are the trees to the apple. We are both. You understand? We are all these apples. You know, we all, you know, come in this tree. Eventually we fall. You know what I mean? Eventually we rise. You know what I mean? We make our own new tree with the seeds in that tree. You know what I'm saying? We build new trees. We're both sides of the opponents, but we're both God and not God at the same time. But we are God. We are that consciousness. We are collectively conscious together. We are all that tree. We came from that tree. You know what I mean? We are everything. What if I asked the chicken to the egg and the egg to the chicken? You know what I'm saying? What came first? You know what I mean? Who created the egg? Who created the chicken? See, we know that God created the chicken, right? But who created God? Who created the canvas? I wonder. You know what I mean? Like with everything, there's a mystery. Like with everything, there's a mystery. I have friends that are not spiritual, friends that are Christian, Hindu, Buddhist, friends that are black, white, Indian, Asian, Spanish, Caucasian, French, you name it. You know what I'm saying? I've often questioned my friends if Hindus are so bad. You know what I'm saying? If terrorists are so bad, why hasn't God killed them all? You know what I'm saying? If Christians are so bad, why hasn't God killed them all? You know what I'm saying? If being a meat eater is so bad, why hasn't God killed all of them? You know what I'm saying? Why do sometimes the non-spiritual spiritual people become the most spiritual? You know what I'm saying? Or the least spiritual people become most successful at times. You know what I mean? Is it bad? Is it good? You know what I mean? There's people that don't even recognize spirituality at all. At this point in my life, I realized that like everyone has a purpose. Everyone has a purpose. You know what I mean? Everything happens or everything's happening for a reason. Maybe this whole thing is how Mavon today, or he's going through, is happening for a reason. It's hoping us up to a higher understanding of life, a higher understanding of like the duality. If y'all can like literally take it for what it is, you know what I'm saying? It's just one side of a perception or a perceptive, you know what I'm saying? You gotta see both sides, right? You know what I mean? Maybe it's just to like learn from one another. I don't believe things are just good and bad. Maybe just the core of things. Things are just things. It is what it is. it is what it's always been. Ultimately, this life is just what it is. This universe is just what it is. You know what I mean? Us as God is just what it is. You know what I mean? Is it bad that we're going through the wheel? Is it good that we're going to the wheel? Are we truly trapped? I don't know. I don't believe I'm truly trapped. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm able to disconnect and connect at the same time. Maybe that's what life's all about, balance, that duality. You know what I mean? Say we're all each other, yes. We're all each other, but we're all unique at the same time. You know what I mean? We all have different energies. It's crazy. It's crazy. We all have different vibrations, styles, but we're all the same, come from the same vibration, right? It's interesting because, like, even though we're all the same, we're also all different. Hmm. You ever have like a surprise party or a surprise birthday party? What did it feel like? What did it feel like when you had that surprise birthday? You know what I mean? Did it feel good? Did it feel bad? Maybe at the end of this, the surprise. A surprise that maybe we aren't, the us, us as, or that ourselves, CELL, cells, as we are all the cells of each other, we are all one, you know what I'm saying? Haven't really anticipated. You know what I mean? We'd be happy, right? Or maybe we'd just be surprised. Maybe we'll just be surprised. I'd be happy. I'll tell y'all straight up right now. I'll be happy if there's a surprise that I have not anticipated. See, the thing is, I'm a curious mind. I'm always curious what's behind that. What I can't just believe that like there is just death. You know what I mean? I believe there's light after death. I'll be boring. You know what I mean? Well, energy never dies, right? Our energy, our consciousness, our being overall as a collective never dies. Whether it be good or bad, you know what I mean, that would be a surprise or not, or there's a surprise or not, you know what I'm saying? It's the reason why I choose to smile and love life and love the life we live. Both is right, both perspectives are right, whether it just be, you know, the the super left perspective of on, you know what I'm saying, or the retrospective version of how I'm trying to look at it, you know what I'm saying? Both are right. Just how you look at it, you know what I'm saying? They're both the same thing. What if I told you the soul is the universe? I believe that as a collective, we might just be one big soul. All of us. We all have souls. We're all each other. We're all energies. You know what I'm saying? We're all souls. What if the universe is just one big soul and it's just we're just spread up into pieces? You know what I mean? I believe as a collective we are one big soul. Watch the anime called I watch a lot of anime. Watch the anime called Shaman King. In the anime, they want to become one with the great king spirit, the king spirit, the one that is God, the one that is the universe, the one that is everything. So they fight each other in the anime. They all fight each other, and the reason they fight each other is so they can challenge themselves to become who can become one with the king of all spirits. You know what I mean? What if there's no reason really to fight? You know what I mean? Or the reason that we fight in this reality now is so we can become stronger for the future. Stronger, or so our soul as a collective can be stronger. See, I think all of this might be a game for our soul to become a stronger person, quote unquote. And watching another anime called Sword Art Online season 3. I don't remember the girl's name, but basically they go into they basically how it goes is like in Sword Art Online, they go into a game. The humans go into a game, you know what I'm saying? And they're able to die in this game, quote unquote. Sometimes they can't come out. But the reason they created this whole game in the first place was to create the perfect soul through the experience that happened within that life, with that happening within that world in the game that they created. So they're trying to create artificial souls. Interesting, right? They're trying to create artificial souls. Or they're trying to create the artificial soul, the AI, from the bottom up. So there's two ways that they do AI. You can either from the bottom up or top down. So you already created from the top down. You already created intelligence, and then you're just teaching it from the top. The bottom it's kind of learning, but like if you're from the bottom up, that means it's growing as like a baby, and now it's like growing naturally, organically. You know what I mean? To now have an understanding, comprehension, like almost like a baby, of the or having a comprehension, understanding of like its consciousness and becoming its own artificial intelligence. It's trying to create its own perfect soul. So in that movie, or sorry, in that show, that's what happens. They end up trying to find the last person, you know what I'm saying? And these people that go in the world are trying to save that person. See, it's funny, there's levels to this shit. I'm not saying this is, but I believe that like ultimately, ultimately that we are truly just, you know, one collective consciousness, right? We're all we are all consciously, all one collectively, one being. So, if that's the case, I believe our goal is to strengthen our own soul and strengthen everyone around us in unity. You know that we all, and there's no like right or wrong way. We all have to do it together as a collective. That's why there's so many people in this world. We're all together in this collective, just trying to create a bigger soul. You know what I'm saying? Bigger energy. So I know y'all know me as like MaliSoul. You know what I'm saying? My real name is Kamali or Kamali. Um, either way you want to pronounce it, it's really Kamali, but a lot of my friends call it Kamali as well. But anyways, the point is, my name means, or the meaning my mom gave me when I was born, means that the spirit that protects the baby from death. The spirit that protects the baby from death. It also means to protect or protector. My whole life, I've questioned who's the spirit, who's the baby. Am I the baby? You know what I mean? Or am I the spirit protecting the baby? My mom had me when I was born. She almost lost me. She almost lost me. And recently I've been asking myself the question, what is death? Hmm. Deeper down the quest of trying to understand everything, understanding my name, I realized something. I realized that I'm everything. I realized that I'm the spirit, the baby, and death at the same time. All at the same time. I'm everything. You understand? I am the spirit, I am the baby, and I am death. Death is an illusion. We never die. I myself am protecting myself. Myself protecting myself from myself. Hmm. I am myself protecting myself from myself. That's what I came up to. That's the point I came up to. Meaning that I'm protecting myself, yes, spiritually, you know what I'm saying? I'm also protecting the people that are around me. I'm protecting the people that I love that are around me, people that I care that are around me. I'm protecting y'all. I love y'all. I always tell y'all I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I really truly believe that like y'all are me. We're reflections of each other. I love y'all. Loving you is loving myself. Real shit. If you love me, if you love you, you're loving you, and by loving myself, I'm also loving you guys, cause you guys are also me. And by me loving you, I'm also loving myself, which is also us as well. So like, it's all the same shit, We're just playing this up. We want to call it this way and call it that way. Everything's exact same. When you look at both sides duality, it just comes down to just one, right? So maybe when we learn to live as one, we will actually we will actually just learn to live a life collectively in harmony as our true selves. We protect ourselves, ourselves from death. Think about it. I said before that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. The spiritual journey is the life journey. From when I was born, I was spiritual. From when I was born, I was spiritual. We are all spiritual. You know what I mean? I'm just beginning to recognize that I'm spiritual. We're just beginning to recognize that we're spiritual. You're already just spiritual, just tap in. You know what I mean? Be who you want to be in your spiritual body, in your spiritual. Ultimately, because like we are each other, so it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? As a collective, eventually, we're all gonna maybe collide or become one. Ultimately, you know what I mean? If that's truly the case, I don't really know. But if that's truly the case, then that's just what it is. You know what I mean? We're all collectively meant to just be together. You know what I mean? I'll be as one, live in harmony, live at peace. Just when I see my people, when I see my brown guy down the street and he's talking this thing, I smile and I laugh. When I see these babies and I see the light in his eyes, I laugh. I see myself. When I see this bird, I see myself. You know what I mean? When I see these trees, I see myself. We all collectively as one. What I have to now start to do is like see beyond the veil. See beyond the veil. Hmm. If you want to live life in a fantasy, then hold on, I made a mistake here, but if you want to live life in a fantasy, well, life is already a fantasy. Because if we're living the fantasy, then we're all living that fantasy together. If you're living that fantasy, we're all living that fantasy together. You know what I mean? 'Cause I am you, you are me. So I'm feeling your fantasy. That's why when I see people get successful, I don't get mad anymore. Cause like I'm myself is getting successful. You know what I mean? I'm when I see my people over here getting successful, I'm like, good for you, man. I don't have there's no ego. I know it's myself. I know it's just me. I know I'm my other cells are just sick. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy for y'all. You feel me? It makes me happy. Real shit. So we all have to get successful or go through certain things in life differently to ultimately come to a collective understanding of like what life truly is. You know what I'm saying? So we were living this fantasy together. We were living this paradise together. You know, hell on earth, heaven on earth is all through the mind. You know what I mean? Through the mind, through the soul, through the spirit. We created our own heaven. We created our own hell. It's just how you look at it. It's how you live at it. If you want to believe that like just living in heaven is just, or living in hell is just we created our own hell because we're going through this cycle of life. You know, the hamster wheel. See, I already broke the hamster wheel a long time ago. It's real shit. I'm chilling. You know what I mean? I broke the hamster wheel and I came back and I said, "What's good?" And you know what I'm saying? And I'm just trying to show y'all like you don't have to just like look at it from a negative perspective at all. I came back. I'm here still on that hamster wheel running because it's fun. I like the hamster wheel. It's like the swing. I'm 26 years old. You know what I'm saying? I'm a 26-year-old that still goes on a swing. That shit's fun. I ain't gonna lie. I enjoy that shit. You feel me? I'm sure y'all enjoy that shit too. You know what I mean? So like, at the end of this whole thing, I want to just say that there may be a surprise at the end of this life. Maybe Vaughn's right, you know, maybe he isn't. Regardless of what it truly is, we'll get together, we'll get there together as one, as a collective. We shape this matrix as one together, not as one individuals. We shape this matrix as one together, as one together. You know what I mean? Not as one individuals. You gotta see beyond the veil. Gotta see beyond the veil. And with that being said, y'all, hope y'all having a great day. I love to hear y'all opinions. I love to hear y'all points. I love to hear like what y'all feel, how y'all feel. You know what I mean? Anyways, y'all, I love y'all. I love myself. CELLF. I love myself. And I just hope y'all having a great day. All right. Peace and power to y'all. Much love to y'all. I really do love y'all. I'm MaliSoul, and I'm out. Much love, gang.